to you. So I just want to say something. Today is a day where I genuinely feel like we're actually like getting some momentum, and I'll tell you why in a second. Not only just because of the offer publishing, but also hit two random goals that are like kind of unrelated to this. Number one is I got a random marketing client, not related to offer publishing, which is cool. It's not going to take anything away from this series. Just wanted to kind of share that with you guys. It's more just like consulting stuff for paid ads, decent sized brand. I believe like 10 to 15 million a year revenue. So that's pretty cool. And I'm happy to be able to help them out. And then the other thing is I have been climbing recently. If anyone here climbs, and I started, I don't even know how long ago I started, but it's less than half a year. Finally climbed my first and now second V4. So if you know what that means, then you probably think, all right, this guy's maybe just not a beginner anymore. If you don't know what that means, then who fucking cares? Just know that I climbed something that's harder to climb than the average person. So yeah, but maybe still the average climber. But anyway, you guys get the point. So two big things I want to share with you guys. You can see here our stats from the notepad. 161 emails sent. Is that correct today? Yeah, 161 sent. 3 replies, 2 proposals sent. And now the guy that I have sent a proposal to has booked a call. If you can see, I added some of these. I only had 4 before because now there's more steps in the process. We want to track everything. I know it's very archaic right now, but we'll get better as time goes on. We want to be scrappy at the start just to sign some clients. Or sorry, I need to stop saying sign clients just to work with some partners, right? Because that's actually what we're doing. We're going to do like 50-50 split, 60-40, whatever it is. You need to stop saying clients. These are going to be partners because we're going to be reaping the rewards of what we get for them. We're not just taking a shitty retainer and moving on. So this guy booked for tomorrow, and I did get a text confirmation from him. Like I texted him, hey, blah blah blah. He said yes. So potentially our first held call tomorrow maybe even leads to us sending out a contract and him signing. So we will see. He is in the retirement niche, about 100K subscribers on YouTube. Decent views, not anything crazy, but good, for the niche. So really, really excited about that. Like we're finally starting to see some progress. Super, super pumped. And yeah, just happy to show you guys this. I'll be honest, it was a bit discouraging seeing people in the offer publishing Discord saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm like, I just got my first call, like did this, sent out my proposal, blah blah." Meanwhile, I kind of was feeling left out, but happy to say that we're going to be having our first conversation tomorrow. Of course, I'll let you guys know how it goes, and I'll try to update on any like sales tactics or value that I provided them that like switch the angle of the conversation. The other big thing for today, which is arguably bigger than this call booked, is you can see here, I have finally created the 5xcreators.com website. So we are, well, it's not finished yet. Like the pictures are just random placeholder stuff, but copy is looking pretty good. I just need to add one more section. And that section is I want to make it very clear that we're a partner and we're open to splits. We're not just like a agency or something like that. Like we want to work with this person closely and be results based because that's super important. We don't want them to just feel like they're fucking signing their brand away to us and we don't really care. Like we want them to know we have skin in the game. Anyway, I'm just going to kind of go through and mention like why I built each part out. And then it might be, overkill, but I mean, each part kind of has a point. So from posting to, I'm not going to read everything. This is just the main sections. And maybe it'll give you guys some tips when you're building your own website. Remember, all of these pictures are placeholder. I'll probably update them, like definitely not keeping that one, which is funny. I got this from Google Images and I just photoshopped a picture of myself on Zoom on it. But anyway, you guys get the point. Yeah, that's not staying there. But so from posting to profiting, we build you a predictable, scalable business. We build the business your audience is waiting for, so you don't have to lift a finger. I just wanted to be super clear with what we do and also mitigate the pain for them, right? Because so we build the business your audience is waiting for. We're not just saying we build you a business or like an offer, right? They're saying that the one that your audience actually wants, because a lot of people will launch shit and then their audience is like thinks it's actual shit, and that's because it is. So there's a tasteful way to launch products to people. So we wanted to kind of highlight it that way so you don't have to lift a finger. Boom. So really big there. And mind you, as I scroll down, like the header is going to be weird. That's just because I'm logged into WordPress here. So anyway, you get the point. But yeah, cool call to action buttons that light up when you hover. I know I'm the greatest. Just some cool stuff right there. Pictures placeholder. Turning your content into a 7-figure business backed by proven systems. Boom. And then I kind of like this one actually, but I'm gonna have to remove it until because like all the previous results I've gotten were for with an agency, the agency that I worked for. So I don't have any like non-agency results for these businesses yet. But I literally know how to do everything, so I'm not worried about it. It's just I can't claim because the work was technically with the agency, even though I did it. But anyway, you get the point. So you're not getting a new manager or agency, you're getting a partner who builds the business with you. So that's really, really one thing I wanted to emphasize. I'm going to add something about it being like 50-50 here, or the fact that like what makes this a partnership versus a manager or an agency. And a lot of these people, like, they get managers who like find deals for them, and they don't want to get another manager, obviously, because they already have one. So just making it clear. I'm going to be fixing like this formatting stuff. There's a leftover line and everything. Mind you guys, I'm not a web dev. I made this all on WordPress. And I'm actually going to show you my plugins that I use too. So I'll give you guys some value with that. But yeah, anyway, the creators who win in 2025 don't just post, they sell, which is very, very true. I made like a little roadmap here. Blah, blah, blah. This one's pretty basic. So kind of like like a pre-call to action, strictly limited to 2 creators this July. And I did like a code, or I coded this to where, and it's super simple. It's like just ChatGPT copy paste. So, if it's August, it'll go to August, blah, blah, blah. Same thing with the 2025 up there. It'll go to whichever year it is, which is cool. So, yeah, here's a call to action. Again, sorry, this one's a little different. Not really the call to action, but this book a free call. It kind of is like, here's what you get. Boom. And then just a final thing, if they don't actually do it there, you have 2 paths in front of you. Obviously, we're going to change this. Keep doing things the hard way by posting, hoping, and patching together products that don't scale, or book your call, blah, 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 zero obligation, just to kind of mitigate the risk for them. And remember, we don't get paid unless you get paid. Boom. So I hope that those like final lines are very powerful enough to at least encourage someone to book a call. And then I'm actually going to go with the funnel, or like through the funnel with you guys, but I'll go to the plugins really quickly. I think my camera is pretty big. I'm going to make myself a bit smaller. Just a little bit of a tip if you're a beginner on WordPress and maybe you want to make your own funnel, you don't want to have to deal with like crazy, crazy stuff. Highly recommend Cadence Blocks. I think it was free. I don't know. I paid for so many fucking subscriptions at this point. I don't know what's free and what's paid anymore. But if I did pay for it, it wasn't a lot. Cadence Blocks, super chill. Just made everything like really blocky like that. Which is normal for WordPress, but it's just kind of like their special thing. And then I highly recommend you get the Google Tag Manager plugin, as well as where's the Facebook plugin? Facebook Pixel plugin. Anyway, you get the point. Meta Pixel, here we go. Whatever, fucking Facebook Meta, same thing, you get the point. Meta Pixel for WordPress, so you need to put a pixel on your site, which allows your Facebook ads, Instagram ads, or even just like other traffic to be picked up by your pixel for attribution. And then same thing with the tag manager, you can attribute traffic just generally with that, which is cool. And you're going to need that as you scale. So may as well, like, I already know how to do that. It's easy for me. So no problem there. And then let's say I do click on the call to action. Well, where do I go? So great news. We're still accepting 1 client in July. Once again, this will modulate based on the month. And then just kind of like, so if you were to do this, it wouldn't be as like you get probably low quality leads, if that makes sense. So I just want to say heads up, we only accept 1 creator per industry. Please only book if you're committed to ethically turning your following into a genuine business, blah, blah, blah. Leave the spot open for someone else who's highly motivated if you're not down. So at least hopefully like get some of the people who aren't as motivated to just be like, I don't really want to do this, because we don't want to talk to those people anyway. They're just going to waste our time when we could be doing outreach or building other cool shit. Then they just click book now. You can see it takes like a second to load. And sick, we're taking a Calendly where they can, book. And I do require some info. I hope you guys can still see this because it's an embed, but I think I'm sharing my whole screen. So yeah, I am requiring their name, last name, email. What's the most important for you right now? I'm hoping that they put earn more revenue. That's kind of like a filtering question. And then I don't want to have too much friction yet. We can add more layers as time goes on. Anything else I should know before our chat? Not really. And then I require their phone number. So yeah, pretty simple. Once they do that, we're going to go to the final page, which is the thank you page. And then once they get here, they're technically a lead, which, on the Google Tag Manager and the Metapixel will fire for a lead. For those of you that know what that means, good. For those of you that don't, you should probably figure it out. But that's a whole nother video. And yeah, it just says your call is booked. Also, I kind of want to get them ready for the call. So like to get the absolute most, please have the info ready, and then just some things I need from them so that they're coming in the call, like at least expecting a little bit what to know. Mind you, I built this entire thing today pretty much. So of course we can optimize things. Of course we can make it better, but that's not the point right now. The point is just to have like some type of footprint out there. So that if someone looks us up, we don't look like fucking chumps. And I already pretty much knew the skills to make this website. So it did take me a long time, but it didn't take me like 3 weeks or something crazy. Like I basically copy pasted something that I already had, rewrit it, removed some sections, did some, other shit, and then we're here. So yeah, I think you guys get the point. But yeah, if you have any questions about like the tracking or how I set the website up or anything like that, do let me know. And yeah, just happy to show that we do have some momentum. Things are going in the right direction. So I'm hoping when I update you guys tomorrow, we will either have sent out our first contract or at least maybe even signed a deal. Who knows? So yeah, I'd love to tell you guys that tomorrow for day 14. But that's going to be the end for lucky day 13. If you guys or if you guys get us up to like, let's say 10 likes, I'm thinking about doing a Q&A where you guys can ask me anything. And then I'll give away like basically everything I know about how to create the websites, any type of tracking, stuff like that, that I learned from working at a big agency. Obviously, I can't give away like their super trade secret stuff, but I can still tell you some tips and tricks about setting things up that a lot of people don't talk about. So yeah, have a good one. Talk to you tomorrow for day 14.